Yeah, dude. So yeah. Your boy is hella happy, man. I'm hella blessed. I just hope that the truck life helps me support my hobbies and the things I want to do, you know. And we're real and we're fake and we're credible when it comes to music and it comes to DJing. So it's like, freedom, I guess, to DJ or whatever. And today we got hit with we're a DJ, bro. Like we can create the rules in the DJing, where, and work with people we want to work with and who we don't want to work with, and DJ the way we want to DJ, and like play what we want to play. So that's really cool, and that seems fun. So thank you to Cerritos for remembering me, and big ups to Sneaker Talk, bro. Like, I really think your show could work because of that sneaker swap, bro. I'm telling you, if you're not a store and you're not a reseller, your show would thrive, bro. Like if you had that, like you had your listeners supported and community supported, and then you had a show, in LA. It's because you got LA and you got like you got Long Beach, and you got the convention center, and then you could do the sneaker swap, on a weekend, you know what I mean, at the Long Beach Convention Center, or at the Staples Center, or one of those two centers, bro, and then you can just you know make your show work and talk about shoes and be happy, so that's cool. So I'm just really grateful. So thank you. So yeah, I'm really happy. I feel blessed. So there's gonna be some time, because we still gotta get the truck going and I still gotta get the license. But we're putting all the planning involved, so that's what it is. I don't know. YouTube kept aborting my videos. I don't know why, but it's weird. So I was going through an anonymous hit at the gym, and it's like when you have an anonymous hit and you get help, you get the troubles that people are helping you get sometimes, and it's when you get hit in a gym, there's so many people, so you have to go through this big ass wall of other people's resentments and stuff, and you're like, but I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem, nothing happened, nothing came up missing, but it's a course, and they like make you complain even though you don't have a complaint. It's crazy. So it is what it is. I'm cool at the gym. This is like the second time it happens, I guess, and I don't know. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're still paying for it, and we're still gonna go to the gym just when we feel comfortable and when fucking yeah. It's not the gym. It's just the external stuff. There's like community stuff, and then there's like gym stuff, like the community's changing. It's weird. It's like because there was like, ethnic people do things at once, so they all take the death, and then like people want to be individuals, and then when they decide to leave the body of the entity, they get the discrimination of the body, and that is the cost of being an individual. So that's what's going on, and it's a lot of ethical stuff and hiring stuff. Like I said, man, I'm a cool person, man, and I own Dynamic DJs, and it went under. So as a manager, I know that Vegas lets you hire people and not hire people. So it's like whoever's capable and whoever is possibly able to do the job will get the job. You know what I mean? Because you have to pay Vegas, and you have to be cool, and you have to be able to go to work without causing problems. And it's weird. It's like there was a story that I remember. There was a kid. He didn't identify as black because I guess the kids on Fremont Street, like the black cell or the black body or the black age of his age, they didn't like him because I guess he was like an Oreo, but he was black, So they told him that, so he didn't hang out with black people. He hung out with other people, and what happened was all the kids his age or whatever started doing drugs and started doing all this stuff. So their age and their demographic froze itself. So it's like a private black cell. They all died or something. Like not died, but did drugs. So they're all getting punished for like using force and using the black power and using the basic shit. So then like what sucked was that he had to suffer the consequences of his skin tone because all the kids his age were going around jacking people and stuff because there's like a 10-year gap without making any money in Vegas to stay in Vegas, right? And I guess he went through it already, and they couldn't go through it, so they were being good. They were being hood kids and doing stuff like that, and so he had to be punished. And so now, like a lot of cells, other black cells did that. A lot of people are getting punished, like trying to get jobs, and they can't because they were known and people having changes of hearts, and that's the reason this guy got fired, that fired. Karma loops. You know what I mean? And it's like when you go around doing negative stuff, but see, it's like the whole community was doing this stuff to businesses and things like that. So kind of like that skin tone is kind of tainted, when it comes to like employment and stuff, because they were like, it was like a big wave, and I guess like a lot of people like didn't want problems and stuff. It's crazy. So that's what happened, and that's what's going, like, it's like the black sky fell. And yeah, so like that was one of the things that was bothering me, was that how would you feel about it? And I was like, well, I was there when it happened, and there was like an employee lady, she was like Asian or something, and the only problem, there was a couple of kids, there was a Hispanic kid, there was a Asian lady or whatever, and like the black kids were taking it out on the staff because they couldn't get a job. And they were like, they assumed that if they would like make enough complaints on the staff, that they would fire them, and then they'd be able to have jobs. So they were doing that to a lot of other businesses too. And I guess like a lot of kids had a change of heart because they wanted to be employed, because they weren't part of the cell, but they made it past the 10-year gap. So they talked about what happened. So now it's like a social apartheid, and keeping it cool productions. And I can't do anything over somebody did, like say if I went and I robbed your store and you remember my face and I got punished, and they made and people recognized me for stealing from your store, and I couldn't go to other stores. It'll be hard to hire me when the whole community knows what you did. You know what I mean? So that's the type of thing that happened. It's not fair. It's racism. It's discrimination. But at the end of the day, it's hard, because you have to remember that community has a mind. And when the community has a mind, they remember stuff. Just like in the history books, bro. Like people say stuff like the Black Panthers and the Huey guy, and then people going through it and finding out that Huey's problems were personal problems and it wasn't all black people's problems. So that's what it is. So it's like it was a black entity, and they were doing like community bad stuff, and now it's not discrimination. It's just the community making people responsible for the actions that they did, bro. You know what I mean? If I went around doing a bunch of bad stuff, I'd be punished like I did a bunch of bad stuff. You know what I mean? But I didn't do that. So that's what it is. And then like I have a mixed mind and stuff, and like there's like bodies still, again, like the soldier body, the black body, the Hispanic body, all that. But I took the Spanish disc, bro. I took the verga way. I took the be stupid to be in America as self. You know what I mean? Like abandoning Hispanic, and I went through all the stereotypes, and then I did the black step too, where I went through life as like like the black stuff, and that shit wasn't cool, bro. That's why I get to be myself, bro. But when you live in an ethnicity and you're not an individual, that's the cost of being an individual. You have to get disowned, you have to break away from it, and you have to show contrast, bro, to be an individual, to get individual results. So I get a job because I deserve a job, not because the place is black or the place is Hispanic, or and that's why you have to be cool, and you have to go through all these bodies and stuff. It's crazy, bro. Wow. The multiverse. It's called Vegas, bro. And when there's lack of jobs, people make a big ass excuse for like hiring anybody. So it's really sucky. But you know what? I don't have problems with gangs because I don't do drugs, and I don't have a black thing because I grew up in Long Beach, and like I went through all that, and I don't have those problems. Okay, when you call me a Nazi, it's like, hell yeah, bro. I'm fucking tedious at the shit I love, bro. I'm fucking focused and to the T, bro. To the T, bro. Like, goddamn, you want it like that? That's how it's gonna be, bro. You know what I mean? Like, a teapot, short and stop, whatever. It is what it is. I'm a little teapot, whatever. But that's just what it is, bro. It's like not everybody has gotten through the wash. So, I don't know. People, it's because the day you decide to be your own person is the day you have to pay for all the things that your racial body did. And that's what happened.